Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. Got two flights today, just two standard patterns around the Asheville Regional Airport. That's KAVL, Kilo Alpha Victor Lima. We are in the X Cub, and really the only difference between these two patterns, well, one's going to be a left hand and one's going to be a right hand, full patterns, takeoff to landing. And the only real difference is on the second pattern, I am going to have a lot more traffic. You can see right now, looking down at the airport, there's only a couple of aircraft down there. There's no real airport vehicles or personnel or anything like that. But right now I have my settings at a point where I'm really happy with them, and I'm going to keep testing them, and then I'm sure it'll be another settings video coming out, because right now this is about as good as it's been in a very long time. I am using the OpenXR toolkit. I do have that enabled. I like to have the fixed foveated I think they call it. I like to have that enabled, but I also like to have the sunglass feature. And this is really flying very smoothly right now and doing very nicely in my headset. I'm averaging about 46 to 48 frames per second. I'm running virtual desktop app out of the Quest along with the virtual desktop streamer, and using the virtual desktop OpenXR runtime. And I allowed the streamer, I set it to automatically to choose the codec, and the codec that it puts on for my system is the HEVC. That's a codec that it automatically picks. And yeah, I mean, you know, right now everything is going by nice and smooth. There's no real stuttering, there's no real pausing or any little glitches at this point. It's really looking really sweet in my headset. And I do have the sunglass feature enabled within the OpenXR toolkit. Running the latest Nvidia Game Ready driver release. The latest game ready release from Nvidia is 546.17. 546.17, that is the latest Nvidia release, and that is what I am running right now. I also went online and downloaded and updated my DLSS driver. It's supposed to be done automatically by the game, but as I've discovered and as I saw some other people mention, the version in the game is several versions behind what's actually available. I'll put a link to the driver as well as to the video explaining the download. But I mean, this really is really as good as it's been in a long time. Like I said, it's so smooth right now. I'm not getting a feeling of being in a game as opposed to in a sim, because of the smoothness that I'm getting here, and I'm able to maintain my pattern really nicely right now because of the way it's performing and the latency. Turn on to final here, and I'm looking at my lights and they look pretty good from here. Maybe a little bit off, but it's alright. We'll get in a little closer and then we'll get the altitude and attitude set for the landing here.
500.
So we're red over white. We're heading right into the aiming point. I do tend to bounce this aircraft at least once, usually, maybe twice on landing. It's got some really balloony tires, and it really wants to float. This is a aircraft that can land and take off in a department store parking lot, basically. So, got a little bit low here. There we go. Red over white, you're all right. That's the saying, red over white. That's the lights over here on the left-hand side. All red, you're dead. Red over white, you're all right. All white is too high. And we're going to try and hold it up here until we get past the aiming point and touchdown on the touchdown point and bounce it. Like I said, yeah, it's a tail dragger, but I'm also afraid of just nosing it over and hitting those props. So I'd much rather, of course, if I raised up my flaps a little bit sooner, I probably wouldn't do that, but let's go ahead and go around again. We're gonna park it. We're gonna get off the runway. We'll park it, and then we're going to do another flight. We're going to turn on, like I said, all the airport traffic, as you'll see, and that's going to be airline traffic, general aviation traffic, vehicles, and workers. I'm going to crank them all up to about 65 or 70, and I usually fly with them all turned off. Of course, I'm never at any airports. I'm usually in the sky, in the mountains, and most of the airports I take off from usually don't have any traffic. But you can see there's very little here right now. There's only a few aircraft, so we're going to change that. So now we're going to do a right-hand pattern around Asheville. Really nothing else has changed. Weather, time, it's only a little bit later. We parked, we are now turning back on and taking off again. And you won't be able to see it too much right now, but when we land and so forth, you'll see it. There is a lot more traffic now. So, a lot more aircraft and vehicles. Just don't really see them too well from here. Oh, I can see them. I can make them out. Okay, yeah, I can see that. There's definitely more down there now. So, alright, well, I'm going to finish my right-hand pattern and land, and then I'm going to keep testing these settings. I don't foresee making really too many changes at this point, if any, if it keeps performing this well. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the flights, and keep watching for another settings video release coming up, and we'll see you in the skies.
Crafters Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra 3,200 feet to land.
Crafters Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Asheville Tower. Altimeter 29.9, 2 wind calm, enter right traffic runway 35. Crafters X-Ray Golf Sierra wind calm, clear to land runway 35.
Clear to land runway 35 Cub Crafters X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Crafters X-Ray Golf Sierra, turn next taxiway. Crafters X-Ray Golf Sierra, exit runway when able. Crafters X-Ray Golf Sierra, contact ground on 121.9er.
121.9er Cub Crafters X-Ray Golf Sierra. Goodbye.